is Wanda Gibson.
And I'm Joanne Walls.
Our first topic today is the Iran-Contra affair.
It all began in 1986. Reagan became embroiled in the worst scandal of his political career. Late in the year, the public discovered that his administration had secretly sold weapons to Iran in exchange for that country's help in securing the release of American hostages held by terrorists in Lebanon. This violated a U.S. policy that prohibited relations with countries, such as Iran, that supported terrorism. Soon it was revealed that profits from the sale had been illegally diverted to the Contras in Nicaragua. Senate hearings on what was called the Iran-Contra affair began in 1987. Among those indicted were the National Security Advisor John Poindexter and Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North. By 1990, 6 former Reagan officials had been convicted in the affair. Reagan accepted responsibility for the arms of hostages deal, but denied any knowledge of the diversion of the profits to the Contras. The second event we're reviewing today is the Tiananmen Square incident, which, in case you didn't know, fun fact of the day, is the same year Taylor Swift was born, 1989. Back to you, Wanda.
In the spring of 1989, Chinese troops violently retook the square in Beijing, where pro-democracy protesters had set up camp for weeks. The Tiananmen Square massacre left an unknown number dead, with some estimated in the thousands, and smothered a democratic movement. In the aftermath of the crackdown, the U.S. introduced economic and political agreements for a time, and many other foreign governments criticized China's handling of the protesters. The Chinese government arrested thousands of suspected protesters. Many of them received prison sentences of varying lengths of time, and a number were executed.
Now, we're going to John, who's live on the scene.
Thanks, ladies! Here I am on the site of the Tiananmen Square riot, where many rioters are killing all the soldiers here. Ah! And here's one now! We're gonna beat the USSR and the Stalin regime! And we're gonna get democracy! Cut the camera! Cut the camera!
Today is the collapse of the Berlin Wall.
It all began on November 9, 1989. As the Cold War began to come to an end across Eastern Europe, the spokesman for East Berlin's Communist Party announced a change in his city's relations with the West. Citizens of the GDR were free to cross the country's borders. More than 2 million people from Berlin visited West Berlin that weekend to participate in the celebration. People used hammers and picks to knock away chunks of the wall, while cranes and bulldozers pulled down section after section. Soon, the wall was gone, and Berlin was united for the first time since 1945. The reunification of East and West Germany was made official on October 3, 1990, almost 1 year after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Now, to Chad, who's on the scene.
Thanks, ladies. I'm here in Berlin, next to the Great Berlin Wall, where people are taking it down after years and years of separation. Here's one person trying to take it down now. What are you doing, sir? We need to take down the wall. Why? Because we need our freedom! And there you have it, folks. Freedom.
The fourth event we're going to be reviewing today is the creation of the Warsaw Pact.
The Warsaw Pact was created in Warsaw, Poland, as a response to NATO. The Warsaw Pact had 8 members. These 8 members' nations were Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and the Soviet Union. And the 8th member was Albania, but they withdrew in 1968. The Warsaw Pact headquarters is in Moscow. Warsaw was in a military alliance that lasted from May 17, 1955 to July 1, 1991. Our final story today is the progression of the START Treaty.
Within the Cold War, a series of treaties were issued under the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty to curtail the buildup of nuclear weapons. These treaties began with SALT I and SALT II, and later progressed into the START Treaty. START was a two-sided treaty between the United States of America and the USSR on the reduction and limitation of strategic offensive arms. The treaty was signed on July 31, 1991, and forced into place on December 5, 1994. The treaty didn't allow deploying more than 6,000 nuclear missiles. START negotiated the largest and most complex arms control treaty in history. Once again, I'm Joanne Walls.
And I'm Wanda Gibson. Thank you for watching World News and Review, and we will see you tomorrow night on Channel 10.